Play to your strengths. You know what you're good at. Why are you facing this unwanted resistance going against the grain? Now, this doesn't mean that you should be blissfully unaware of your inadequacies. It's far from it. You should be aware of your weak points, but you should really play into your strengths. I feel like everyone has that area of genius. And there's a saying, if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing it's stupid. And that analogy can be extrapolated to humans because we have these zones where we have an innate advantage above the rest, but we're trying to squeeze into boxes and confine ourselves in parameters that are outside of our innate abilities. So I think, let's say you have a said outcome, or let's say your said outcome is success. Reverse engineer it. It's very formulaic. You can get there if you look at where you want to be and take the steps. Okay. So a very simple formula I like to use is opportunity plus preparation equals success. Now, there are variables that you can add to this that when you're aware of it, you can accelerate this process. So if you have an opportunity and you're prepared and you come across it, you will be successful. If you've been studying for that exam, okay, the outcome is that you want to achieve well on the exam. The opportunity is there for you to take it if you prepare for it. You add in the preparation, you will be successful, okay? Life, as I always talk about, follows certain patterns. Now, how you can increase that is your positioning. How are you positioning yourself? Now, if you live in a city or you live in a town where there's not many people, you're going to be less inclined to come across the opportunities. Even if you're prepared, you cannot meet that success. But how can we take this to the next level? When I'm talking about playing to your advantages, I'm talking about preparing yourself, being ready for the opportunity, positioning yourself right, and also putting yourself in situations where it's advantageous for you. Why would you want to put yourself in a weaker position? As I mentioned, we're all about being multifaceted, but you want to really double down on those areas of expertise. And I think everyone has that inner genius. So why would you face the resistance? Why are you going to go against something when you know that you have a calling for more and you know that you have that thing that's meant for you? Now, you may be asking and you may be wondering, what do I do if I don't know what that thing is? Simple strategy. Go to 3 close people around you that you trust and ask them for their perception of what your most desirable traits are. Tell them to be completely honest. For some of you, it will be how detail oriented you are. For some of you, it will be your humor. For some of you, it will be your attentiveness and how caring you are. For some of you, it will be your confidence. There's an array of things. Now, why wouldn't you couple something you're already naturally good at with something you enjoy? Anybody that you desire that's in a particular position has just managed to couple these two things. So all they've done is they've taken an innate ability and they've worked hard at it and they enjoy what they do. Now, what this does is it causes a certain level of separation because you will never be able to catch somebody that has the innate ability and works hard and enjoys what they do. So there's those 3 components. If you just have one, okay, let's say you're a footballer or let's say you're a boxer. If you come against a boxer that has the innate ability and works hard and enjoys it, and you just work hard, you're going to lose every time. Now, these formulas and these things to be aware of just allow you to put yourself in more favorable situations because when you come across certain circumstances, you're going to be able to put your best foot forward. And like I said, it doesn't mean that you can just be blissfully unaware of what you're not good at. But with those areas, what you can do is position the best people around you to facilitate that. So let's have an example, okay? Someone famous, Jeff Bezos, or let's use LeBron James. Super talented, Okay. He's focused his natural abilities, his love for it, and his hard work all into one area. Now, he could prepare his meals, or he can become the best in his field and then naturally use his resources to allocate the best person in their field to support him on his endeavors. So, what that means is when you're the best in that area that you're naturally good at, you can surround yourself with people that support your deficiencies. Now, what this does is it allows you to catch momentum and create that separation where no one can catch you. And we all need that edge. As we're aware, it's competitive in life, whether it's going after the girl you want, going after the job you want, going after anything, there's a level of competition. Now, you always want to feel like you're abundant and you always want to act as if, you already possess things because you don't want to desire it. But sometimes you have to be pragmatic and you have to understand that there are finite resources for certain things. And there are going to be people that love what they do, work extremely hard, and are naturally already at a super high level. So rather than trying to compete with someone in an area where you know you're not good at it, but they already have that natural edge, find the thing for you and seriously double down. And what that can allow you to do is find the people around you to fill the areas. So if you want to become a content creator, for example, you're better off if you're good at talking, spending most of your time talking, okay? When it eventually gets to the point where you are being perceived and you are being, you know, known for what you do, you will attract the best editors by default. Or as a byproduct, because you are so good at what you do, you will have the resources to allocate towards these things. And we see that with everything. We see that with celebrities or people that are, high business individuals. Like, let's say someone's trait is they're a strategic thinker. They're a strategic thinker and they work in finance. Their ability and their dedication to focus on this one thing with hard work and the innate disposition to be good with numbers allows them to excel. Now they can allocate the best personal trainer, the best nutritionist. And what does this do? It allows them to excel even more. So, how can you catch someone when they're already good? They've got the best people around them in every facet of their life, feeding back into them for them to be even better. Because now we talk about the deficits and being aware of them. If you are aware of them and you're switched on, you find the people to fill those gaps and they pour back into you to allow you to do the thing that you're already good at a high level. Are you seeing the pattern? Everyone you admire follows this process. Again, don't dismiss the areas that you need to improve on. We're not about being one dimensional, but why face certain huge levels of resistance when there are people that love doing the things that you hate to do? Think about it. There are people that are not only the best at what they do, they love doing it and it's something that you hate. Something that you cannot stand. It could be down to shopping or styling your clothes. You might be someone that's very minimalistic. You might see me here. I wear a black t-shirt just to minimize the decisions that I have to make. Someone else will love putting outfits together. Now, again, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be stylish or you shouldn't have an understanding of what works. Because when you have an understanding, that gives you the discernment to pick the right people around you. But it's just crucial. It's crucial that you understand you have your area of expertise. If you're unsure on what it is, find people around you that you trust and see if there's a consistent pattern. Because the reason I said three people is you can go to one person and you don't have the data in order to pick or align, the things that are a common occurrence in what people say. So if you go to three people and two out of those three people say the same thing, then you can even expand it to five. And now, if you've got 4 out of 5 people saying, you know what, I think you're a really good speaker, or I think that you break things down really well, or you're a really good gamer, or you're really good at doing hair, or you're really good at doing nails, whatever it is, find it because the quicker you find it, the longer you can enjoy it for. It's similar to this is something I always tell my friends. Like someone will say, I'm waiting to buy this one particular thing. And I'll say, are you definitely gonna get it? Are you more than 90% sure that you're gonna purchase this item? They'll say, yeah, I'm just gonna wait 2 weeks. I'll say, no, buy it now. If you know that you're definitely gonna buy something in 2 weeks, you can enjoy it for longer. And the importance of finding this area of expertise for yourself and playing to your strengths is the quicker you find it, the longer you get to enjoy it for. And the longer you get to enjoy it for, the more results you're going to be able to get. And the more results you get, they're going to compound. Okay? There are certain people that you esteem and you look at in a certain position, and oftentimes it's because they've been doing it for a consistent amount of time. They've been doing it over a long period of time and they've built up that authority in that space. So, on any field, it makes sense. It's advantageous for you. If you do enjoy doing it and it's fun and you can work hard at it, it won't even feel like work. And then you can build a moat because no one else can catch you. There's a level of separation where you're already naturally above average. So imagine you put in that work and imagine you love it and then imagine you do it for a long period of time. That's going to snowball and compound and the effects are unimaginable. You know, we often look at these people in elevated positions, and I've had the fortunate opportunity to be around them, and you really realize there's not much difference except they've just decided to pick one thing. And it doesn't mean that you shouldn't try things because, as I always say, when it comes to sales or when it comes to, approaches, you want to get the no. Get the no quicker. So that means when you're trying things, you can use the same pattern to say, you know what, I've tried this and it wasn't for me. Quicker. Because if you ruminate in your head and you think, okay, maybe I should do this, but maybe I should do this, you're never going to get to the immediate no's. So you pick the things that you do and you do it above average, and people tell you you're naturally good at and you enjoy. Because a lot of people can tell you're good at things, but if you don't have the passion, again, when is that 1v1 where you come against someone that is in the same space, they're gonna win because they're gonna have that edge. Okay? So yeah, just please hone in on your strengths. This is something I'm working on myself at the moment, which is why I'm pushing myself to make these talking videos because there was a consistency. I would meet people and they'd say the way you articulate your thoughts is pretty good. So it would be a disservice. That's the best thing I can say. It'd be a disservice of you to not provide something that people find it difficult. People find certain things difficult, and you naturally have this grasp that you can take, cultivate, and become better. And then again, the selfless aspect. You're going to do better. You're going to feel great. But now you can provide opportunities for other people around you and you can collaborate with the best. Why would you not want to collaborate with the best? And then, especially when you're collaborating with the best and they're helping you with your deficiencies, it just is that relationship, that full circle moment. Okay. So, yeah, man, please, please understand your weaknesses, understand the areas you need to develop. That's growth. And that can help you get to the area of expertise that you enjoy quicker, but play to your strengths. You got it.